pressure wasn't quite as high as I would have liked, and therefore it didn't pull quite as hard as I would have liked, but it was dark so I couldn't show it on camera. And the dipstick is this sophisticated affair right here that's threaded in there, and there's nothing on that stick, so this is very low on hydraulic. So first thing I'm going to do today before we go back out and do more trials and tribulations is get some hydraulic fluid in the system. Now, the reason why it's important is PTO operates both a hydraulic pump and the clutch system, which pulls in the reel, which pulls in the cable, right? Well, the hydraulic pump is what puts pressure to either release the clutch and also the brake. So the system has an electric over hydraulic, where it's electric controls, but it's a hydraulic pump, PTO driven. And there's a cylinder right there that releases the brake to let you pull it back out. It also takes hydraulic pressure to close and put pressure on the clutch in order to transmit power to the cable. And it being low right there, the pressure was down to like maybe 30 pounds, and it has to be where it is right there. As soon as I got to level, the pressure came right back up. But last night I was working on a hillside, even if the camera didn't show. So it wouldn't pull as hard as I needed to, so I had to stop. Probably a good thing. You shouldn't be working at night anyway with this kind of thing. So we'll put some hydraulic in there and go back out. This is day 2 with the winch. I want to pull that stuff up and out. But I've got a lot of cleanup to do first in order to work safely here. A lot of trip and fall hazards. And I know that a lot of guys don't talk about that, but I'll tell you what, as I get older, cutting the stumps flush and getting rid of some of the crap really makes a difference for me. What I'll do is I'll just start cutting this up where I can handle it, and I'll get rid of some of the stumps that have caused me a hassle, and then we'll get to pulling. Last night it couldn't pull that, it stopped. Now I thought it was because maybe the way the heel dug in, that was too much for it, but I don't think so. When I got looking at it this morning, I talked to Matt, and he had the same kind of problem. Notice we're on a bit of a hillside. It really doesn't show on the camera, but trust me, we are on a hillside. And we got looking at it, started comparing notes, and you know, the question was it low on hydraulic? So this morning I got out there and I got a little bit of video, but I pulled the stick and there was nothing on the stick. So I'm expecting a little bit different performance today than I had yesterday. I got a lot of trees down there, I believe. See, the problem I have is it's really, really dense. Really, really dense. There's not a lot of falling lanes, so I have to create one. So at first it's just going to get ugly. It's just simple as that. As I start opening up an area. And once I have an area where I can work, it'll look a lot prettier. It won't look quite as scattered, and I'll have less hangers because I'll actually have a space I can drop the trees. There's actually quite a few trees down in there. I'm going to have them come this way, I think. I'm going to have to wedge them over. That's all right. I don't care if I pull them from the top or the bottom, just as long as they go up the hill, you know what I'm saying? I like to cut the stumps tight, and since I'm not a commercial guy, I have the time to do it. This is 565 and it's been working perfectly. We've had 40-degree days already. We've had 50 and Today it's almost 70 and I haven't had to do anything except for just run it. One of the benefits of auto tune. So let's see if we can start pulling this stuff up and out. I've got a fair amount to pull out, and then we'll put down some more. So I got to go down with a saw and cut that thing off. I'll get the other one behind to do, I guess. I think it's time for a break. I don't know if you noticed, that was all I could do to get up and out of there from that angle. Now, so here's the question. To winch or not to winch, you know? And the answer is not quite as clear as you might think, because that last pull right there was pretty much the kind of thing the International would have just idled out with. I could have done the same thing with a bunch of chains. I still had to go back and forth a couple of times. I mean, this was easier, I suppose. I have to admit that's a real handy device right there. But when you get those big hitches, I don't know. I kind of like that easy power of the International. So perfect saw for the job right there. You know, it's light enough I can carry it around. But it's got enough power for anything I want to do. I got a 20-inch VersaCut bar on it like usual right now. I don't want to carry a big 28 around in here. You know, going back and forth up and down that hill would just be a pain in the neck. My ultimate old man saw is actually be a better saw, because I mean that's the size of the wood right there that I'm cutting. You know, 15, 18 inches maybe. But the 10's got advantages. You know, it does. As much as I like the winch, there's times where just having that big honking tractor is the best deal for me. Yeah, I had to use that tree as a snatch block to get that one past. I don't know if I did, but I hope I did. So we're now can come around the corner. Go take a look. Yeah, they got right there. Oh man. I think it'll get around that. It'll even get around it and break it. That's a lot of lever arm right there. So let's hook on to it and let's see what we can do.